to Amir Abdur Razak. He is the CEO of
Yes.
Simplicity IT and Simple Intelligence, two companies helping organizations use technology and AI more strategically. Through Simplicity IT, a New York based Microsoft solutions partner, he helps businesses modernize their technology, strengthen cybersecurity, and create more efficient operations. Through Simple Intelligence, Amir develops Microsoft native AI solutions with governance and security built in from the start. Across both companies, he focuses on replacing disconnected tools and time consuming processes with clear, scalable systems. His approach combines cloud technology, automation, cybersecurity, and AI to help organizations work smarter and prepare for growth. Amir is especially passionate about showing small business owners that powerful systems are not reserved for large corporations. He believes efficiency begins with understanding how work actually gets done and identifying where time, money, and effort are being lost. From streamlining daily workflows to improving collaboration and protecting business data, his goal is to make technology practical and accessible. During the show, Amir will share actionable insights for creating systems that reduce friction, increase productivity, and allow business owners to focus on serving their customers. And remember, everybody, that we've started this SOS feature that is going to talk to who you repping. And so we kicked it off on Tuesday with Mr. Williams, and I'm happy to have Amir on today to kind of help us lay some groundwork as it pertains to cybersecurity, AI, and all the things for small businesses. Because I feel sometimes, Amir, and good morning to you. I said all that and didn't say good morning.
Good
Excuse
morning.
my manners. Good morning to you, sir.
No worries. Good morning.
And so we started this program called Save. What is it? Sustainable. Secure our sustainability, right? And our focus is with small businesses and making sure that we can keep our small businesses open and thrive, not just open but thriving as well. And so with the work that you do, right, what are some of the pain points that you see with small businesses?
So, thank you guys for having me on. The pain I see is repetitive tasks. So, you know, the introduction was chapter one. Uh, so, to make it simpler, I help small business owners, kind of automate repetitive tasks, right? Get out of their heads, put down their workflows on paper and then layer technology over. So if you have a system in the mornings, you wake up, you follow up on emails, you need to search for leads, you have this routine that you do every morning, which are tasks, laying technology over that. So, now when you wake up in the morning, you sit down with your cup of coffee and you have your morning brief of, prospects, things like that. But you're layering just your existing system, you're laying AI over it to make your existing system smarter.
Wow.
And so with, and let's talk about AI, artificial intelligence is everywhere right now, but many entrepreneurs don't know where to start. What's one practical AI tool or strategy that almost every small business could implement today to save time and increase efficiency?
Oh, wow. I am so glad you asked that question. So people are seeing all of these new AI models coming out. Gemini, oh, we just have Gemini 25 or Claude 16. And, they're looking at what was trending around the AI models, but they're not understanding their workflows, right? You don't buy the new shiny tool. First, understand your daily workflow, your business workflow, what you need, what your business does day to day. Layer that out. Lay down your folders. Okay, do you use SharePoint? Do you use OneDrive? Do you use Box or something like that, or Google Drive? That's your data under it. Lay that out first, have your data structured. So you have your proposals in one folder, your invoices in one folder, and you can pick any dumb tool to help you make your work more efficiently. So it's just laying the AI over your underlying process where your data is, because your data is the brain of any system. Without your data, every LLM is dumb. You're not gonna get the results you want by choosing a model first and then saying, oh, let me do this new thing that Claude knows how to do. Well, Claude's not gonna know how to do it good if your data's not structured properly.
So Amir, so in a quick question for like a basic business owner that owns a restaurant, right? They know that the restaurant opens up at 6 a.m. The chefs need to be in there, but on Friday they got to make sure they got payroll, or they got to make sure they order all that stuff. You're saying basically you take all that daily information that they have to go through, you can drop that in AI, and now all of a sudden AI will give them a reminder that at 2 o'clock you're supposed to make sure your invoices are in, or 3 o'clock.
Exactly.
Wow, that's crazy.
Exactly. And point to where those invoices are, right? So your invoices are in the invoice folder. The staff are there in a certain mailbox group you have. You have them grouped like chefs, let's say the serving staff, the cleaning crew, right? They're all structured in different folders. So you can have, let's say you're going to put something new on the menu and you want to send something out company wide, and then you want to have a cleaner version that goes out to your social media to post on your social media. It can all be configured in the same system. And once setup is always the thing, and that's where businesses struggle. So back to the original question, businesses struggle because they don't know where to start. You start with understanding what your business does, what's the flow during the week, and then your cycles and things like that. And then you layer the AI over that and point to those sources, right? So if you say, hey, I need to invoice, I need suppliers, I know I buy supplies every 2 weeks. Guess what? You can have your AI automate the process of reing up on your supplies. But it's not only about that, it's about smart AI, right? Not something that goes and does something for you, something that stops, waits, approve, edit, or deny. It's not, you're still a human in the loop, and that approves everything. Same thing goes out with the emails that go out to your vendors, emails that go out to employees, social media postings and things like that. Stop, wait for me, okay, this looks good, you can send it out. But it drafts those things for you instead of you sitting down going through all of your emails, right? It'll do that for you, pre-draft the messages like, hey, Amir, Carrie sent you an email. This is what it says. This is what I think you should say in return. Approve, edit, or deny, right? And then I can go edit the message and bam. So I'm just sitting at the computer, approve, 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 because it already, based on the conversation thread, it knows what to say, and it knows what the nature of your business is with that person.
So
many
go ahead, David. Sorry.
many small business owners are operating with limited staff and resources. What are the biggest technology mistakes you see them making to hold back long-term growth and sustainability?
Right. So that was the first layer. The second layer is if you have a business and you're like, oh, I need a salesperson, I need someone in HR. You can have your AI work as agents. So it's meant to augment staff. So you can have that too. I mean, I have a few, they call it managed agents. The managed agent has a job title. They have a badge, right? So I know what the managed agent, so I know what my sales development agent is doing. It's prospecting. It's going out to LinkedIn. Oh, you know what? But it's just not going like in bot form saying, ooh, bot, hi, I know you do this, hi, first name. It's not doing that. It's going through people's profiles saying, oh, I realize you have a math degree from XYZ, right? So that's your sales development agent, right? Then you can have your HR. Your HR can be in charge of your invoicing and your payroll and things like that. Well, kind of mixed with your accounting. You can separate the agents. The thing is, you can have an AI agent to do a job title, and you basically give those AI agents instructions. Hey, you're the HR agent. You're responsible for XYZ. Don't say these words. Don't use M dashes. Kind of always greet people when you message them as this. So you set a list of instructions for each, let's call it employee, because now AI just became your agentic employee. You give each employee their job titles, what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do, which is called their guardrails. You're not allowed to do this, right? And you have to basically, it's as simple as a message. You copy and paste the message. What should an HR agent do? And then that's all it does. And you just in the middle of it, like, before it does something, it sends you a message and you approve, edit, or deny it. So you can scale your team. If you're a team of 2, but you do the job of a team of 5 or 10, you can have AI as employees for those other positions, and you're just paying for the license, right? Or whatever it is, or the workflows.
You are giving me some ideas here, Amir. But before we go to that, I just want to rewind just a little bit, right? For our small businesses that are listening out there, or if you're going to get into a small business, I need you to know, and because this is something that we at Irie Jam and all the different affiliates that we have, or subsidiaries that we have, where we are doing this process right now, is understanding what your workflows, your systems, and your processes are. It is very, 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 very important that before you go to all these steps that Amir is talking about, that you understand on paper what your workflows, your systems, and your processes are, because it will help these AIs, it will help these technologies that's going to make life easier. Right or wrong, Amir?
Absolutely right. And to your point, when you say put it on paper, you can literally pull out a notebook and write it down. That way, it's structured. You're not typing it, right? It's structured properly. And then you put it to paper and then say, I need an agent that does this. And you can even pick an AI model to say, hey, this is what I do. How can you help me automate these processes in my business?
Again, so basically, this is what I do. How do you help me automate? Wow. So this thing's driving me crazy, right? Only because I know we got small businesses who are one struggling, who are one now trying to open. What is that data input? Like, how do you advise folks to say, this is your business, this is why you opened up your business, this is what your business needs? Or is that something that it can help you say, like, I just opened a restaurant, like, I want to get 100,000 people in the first year, but is it that simple?
It is, but I want to add to that. So to get AI to work the way you want it to work, yeah, we covered the underlying systems and workflows. Clear context. The clear context is what your goals are and what you want to get out of it, right? That's the first context you have to give it. Talk to it like a person, right? Say, hey, I have I talk to my LLMs, right? Most people don't know this. There's a little microphone thing, right? So instead of typing, trying to figure it out, right? Turn on your mic, brain dump. Hey, there's another business. This is my competitor. This is what they're doing. I want to be seen. I know my business, is in this area. What other business? Who are my competitors? They seem more successful than me. I want to be like them. I need to make X amount of money, a year. All of that stuff, brain dump it into the LLM, right? And it'll give you some options. But you also have to be careful because it hallucinates. Because if you're like, hey, my competitors in my area, you might be a restaurant, and the guy next to you might be Foot Locker. So you just have to be able to read through your context and make sure it's not hallucinating and mixing, and kind of like you do everything. But you can get that context from an LLM, and that's where to start. Being able to articulate clear context, what your business does, what your goals are, and then have it formulate a strategic plan to place agents in the certain roles that you need. One of the questions, hey, what type of roles do I need, right? I know I need a salesperson. I know I need, someone to go out and do the footwork. I know I need a chef or something like that. This, your type of business, ask the LLM, what type of roles do you need? And it'll tell you. And then that's how you take those roles and you put it into those agent employees as their instructions for their job, basically.
So, it's so many things to unpack here.
I know.
I want to,
so
no,
big.
but it's so good though. It's so good, and I really hope that our business owners, our small business owners, medium-sized business owners, that they're taking heed and writing these things down, because this is why we do this feature, right? This is why we bring this education and this awareness to you. So we talked about tech to a point. We talked about workflow systems, processes. I want to talk about cybersecurity. Now it's often viewed as a problem only for large companies. Why should small businesses make it a priority, and what are a few affordable steps they can take to protect themselves?
Well, the first thing I usually tell people, they were like, wow, I got this Claude that I'm using, I'm trying out. And I'm like, are you using a free one? They're like, yeah. Okay, if you're using a free version of any LLM, you're the product. It's using you to train the data. So your holy crap ideas, I have this business idea that no one else is doing. Don't do a free version of Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT or anything like that, because it's using it's using you to train their models. So I'll get some sort of paid version. One, two, when it comes to security, if you're a company and you have employees that you allow them to use an LLM, stop. Provide them with a company subscription for the LLM. That way you have the proper controls for data leakage, right? And you understand what's being prompted. Most of my customers are enterprises, and we're talking banks, businesses, 100 plus users, up to 100,000 users, and they have fears of losing their IP because someone leaked company secrets. But here's the thing. I did a webinar on this, a LinkedIn Live on this 2 weeks ago, actually last week. And one of the problems is that when people go into a company and start using their LLMs and Gemini or whatever, and the company is not locked down and secured properly, now information that no one ever thought about searching before, like oh, this person at the desk, oh, I don't like this person, I wonder how much money they make, right? So now you're able to query your company's data to get the salary for someone and stuff, and the companies never thought to hide that stuff or secure stuff internally. People are thinking about the external threats. You're not thinking about the internal threats. And that's a jealous employee, somebody disgruntled, they could take the company down from inside by bringing in their own LLMs or, searching internal company data that's not locked down. So cybersecurity AI security is very important. It's considered, so back in the day, we used to consider this thing called shadow IT, where people bring in their own tools to work. Like, oh, you know what? This is too slow. Let me bring in this other software that I'm going to use. And no one was monitoring or managing it. Same thing now with shadow AI. People are bringing in their own AI models because the company's not providing that particular tool that they use that they love because they use it at home to help them work more efficiently. And they're just being, proactive, like, okay, I'm going to do this real quick. But that also opens up security risks. So that's another loaded question.
I mean, there's just so much here. I feel like we're gonna have to do the extended version of this discussion in a podcast form, because there just is so much wealth of information that I know our business owners here, whether you are a restaurateur, whether you do nails, whether you're a podcaster, whatever it is, I'm sure there is a wealth of knowledge that you can use from this conversation right here. Now,
let me just hit with this one core message, the one thing that a business will take away, right? Don't chase every new trend, especially when it comes to AI, right? Just know you got to pick the right tool to solve your problem, not what's hot and what's happening and what's the new LLM. And that's the main thing. You got to choose the tool. Don't chase trends, and start from there, understanding your workflows. Those are the main things.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I think I done broke up with ChatGPT, then went to Claude now, and then you introduced me to NoLM. I don't know who. I feel like a polygamist.
We didn't even talk about Codex yet, but we'll talk about that. You gotta swing by.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a polygamist now. I got so many different AI girlfriends. Something simple though for folks though. When you write something using ChatGPT, right? Now I heard they got like ChatGPT checkers and stuff. How does somebody just take their own words and just have Chat make it cleaner versus Chat rewriting everything for them?
So when you have your own words, you have, I'm gonna tell you, wow, that's a great question. I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it, right? So if you've written things in the past, you have your own repository of things you wrote, PDFs, Word documents, and then you write things online. The first thing before you write your thing, hey, I'm gonna write something. I want you to check these notes, these things that I wrote. Could be your OneDrive, could be your Google Drive. I want you to look at my social media profile. I want you to look at my Facebook, my Twitter, my, your LinkedIn, whatever, and use that to set the tone and speak like me. Okay. And I don't ever use words like M dash, or like resonate or M dash or things like that. You tell it what you're absolutely not, so the words and things that you don't use. But yeah, that's how you start. You have it, get all of the context of you from online and your documents you already have, and then ask it the question. Even rewrite stuff based on your previous writings.
Wow, okay.
Well, Amir, a wealth of knowledge laid out this morning. I do hope that our small businesses, that are listening took heed, wrote down some of the gems, because quite a bit of gems were dropped this morning. I thank you for joining us. Before you go, please tell us how we can find you on social media, LinkedIn, all of the things, websites, if you have.
Yes, so you can reach me at simpleintelligencegroup.com and simplicityinc.com.
simplicityint.com. And your social media?
Simplicity INC. My social, I'm on Facebook and I'm on LinkedIn as my name, Amir Abdurrazak.
Okay, Abdir, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you. We're definitely going to have you back on. I definitely think a longer version, though, maybe podcast style. Yes, yeah.
We need a working session.
Yes, we need a working session. Absolutely. It is now 1 minute after the hour of 9. We're going to go to the top of the hour for air check. When we come back, more right here. Let the cocks crow. Irie Jam Radio. Good morning.
This is Irie Jam Radio on IrieJamRadio.com.